This has been really a great group of folks. And I think, what we're learning here today is that organizing matters. And, standing up and speaking out matters. Negotiating with ATC does not matter. It really is about, community activism and getting people to, like you said, sort of scare the hell out of our elected officials. So anyway, with that, my name is Dave Clutter. I'm Executive Director of Driftless Area Land Conservancy. I guess I'm kind of the local guy here. Driftless Area Land Conservancy is a nonprofit conservation organization similar to Mississippi Valley Conservancy that was referenced. We're a land trust organization. We've been around since about 2001. We work to protect natural lands, historic lands, archaeological resources, but we also work to connect people with the land and one another. Over the years, we've protected about 7,000 acres in southwest Wisconsin, primarily with conservation agreements, but we do land acquisition as well and accept land donations. We have a staff of about 7 and really a terrific board and organization. So I feel very fortunate to be with Driftless. I just did want to, though, take a moment, thank IMEPC. I'm not gonna say that. It's just IMEPC. Okay. Soul, Driftless Defenders, and our legal counsel, the Environmental Law and Policy Center. Everyone is really doing an important part. And I think as we work together as a broader team, we're going to beat this thing. And I think we can. And, there are terrific examples for how that's actually going to happen. I'm going to talk about a few things here. I'm giving a presentation this evening, so I'll sort of go through my PowerPoint this evening. I'll throw up a couple images, but otherwise I'm not going to go through the whole PowerPoint. I'll try to keep this short. I'm just going to talk about the unique lands and waters of this area, the archaeological resources and historic places in this region, and a little bit about economic impacts. And then if it's okay, tonight I'll talk a little bit about the EIS process, okay? In terms of the unique lands, so this is my clicker. Maybe I will just start this. For those of you who don't know, who knows about the Driftless area, right? We all kind of know about the Driftless area. Some of us are sometimes don't know exactly what that means. Well, the Driftless area is an area that has never, at least in the past couple million years, seen glaciations, right? So all the major glaciations have sort of stopped or gone around the Driftless area. So there is no glacial drift, and therefore we are driftless. So what we're talking about here is really a beautiful erosional landscape. It's really water and wind that have formed this landscape over the past couple million years. So this is really a special and unique area. And in fact, we have congressional representatives from the 4 states right now working on natural heritage designation for the Driftless area, so a federal designation to recognize this as an important resource area, okay? So that just gives you a little bit of context. That's kind of our service area. I'll not go into this real quickly, but I just wanted to touch on some of the resources in this area. It's an incredibly resource-rich area. Is this a, yeah. I'll try to stay out of the way, but just to give you a little context here, this is Governor Dodge State Park, so just north of town. We're sitting about right here, right now. This is the lower Wisconsin Riverway here. The Mississippi River's here. There's another slide that I'll show you, but this is Middleton, where the Badger Coulee line is coming out of. These were the 2 proposed routes. This is at least now the quote-unquote preferred route, but as we know, that just means it's preferred. That doesn't mean that's necessarily where it's going to be built. If it's built, and it won't be built, we got to watch our language, right? But this is Governor Dodge State Park here. This is Blue Mounds State Park here, Trout Creek Fishery Area, Love Creek Fishery Area, Ridgeway Pine Relic State Natural Area. This, I'm sorry? Well, oh yeah, Black Hawk Lake, no, I wasn't going to forget that. Black Hawk Lake Recreation Area here. Black Earth Creek watershed is over here, which is a really important and beautiful resource area. The Military Ridge Prairie Heritage Area right here. These are all Driftless Area Land Conservancy lands, TNC lands, state lands. You can see right here a conservation easement that will have to be condemned if they think they're going to build this thing, and that is a conservation easement that we hold on the Thomas property. We hold conservation easements up here as well as this conservation easement here. This whole area, there are 3 important bird conservation areas here. Within this Southwest Grasslands area, this is the largest grasslands area in the upper Midwest outside of Kansas. This is the Dodgeville, Wyoming Valley Conservation Opportunity Area, which is of continental importance according to our Wildlife Action Plan. I mean, what I hope I'm impressing upon you is the uniqueness of this region. This is not just any place to put a transmission line. This is really a special place. And again, these are some of the bird conservation areas, the Wyoming Valley. This is Snow Bottoms. Of course, I didn't even mention the Upper Mississippi River National Wildlife Refuge. That's kind of important. And they'll have to cross over that as well. And then again, these are just some of the important resource areas within the Southwest Savannah region. So in terms of the economic impacts, I'll touch on that briefly, but obviously tourism is really important for this region. We have all this wonderful natural wealth in this region, and people love to experience it. So the Military Ridge State Trail, the Ice Age Trail, which runs here. Oh, I'm sorry. So the Ice Age Trail runs here. They're going to have to cross the Ice Age Trail as well. Our Driftless Trail project, which is a project that's proposed to connect Blue Mounds to Governor Dodge to Tower Hill State Parks and these other state lands in between. Other areas, of course, state parks, the state recreational area. We have Taliesin, we have House on the Rock. I mean, all of this is part of our tourism. It's all part of our economy here in this area. And these types of transmission projects are a death knell for our tourism in this area. It just degrades the area. It debases it. We're going to have more road development. We know that's coming along 18151. You start compounding this stuff, and it really is going to degrade this area and the resources over time. The other thing, just in terms of economic impacts, I mean, we know that this is going to lower land values. We know that it's going to hit organic farms in particular, conventional farms even. There are going to have to be takings there. And for now, all these landowners that are here or here, I mean, there's a cloud on title, right? So if they're trying to sell their land right now, they have to disclose that there is this proposed transmission line that could come over their property. So what is that going to do to their land values? So as long as this project hangs out there, that's going to be a problem, and that's why we have to kill this thing and just be done with it. There's kind of a cliche that says, this is not the right place and this is not the right time. I've sort of modified that to say, this is not the right place, nor will it ever be the right time. So I hope that works better. So I would just say, so let's just keep organizing, keep spreading the word, keep the pressure up, and we can stop this thing. Because again, you don't negotiate with dictators and you don't negotiate with ATC on this. Not to say that they're a dictator, but they are a private entity with economic incentives, and they don't need to bend to us. But really, our audience is all of us. It's our community, and it's our elected officials ultimately who are going to put pressure on the PSC to stop this thing. So that's it. Thank you.